Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Director of Marketing Communications, Melissa Henley.
Good morning and welcome to Empower 2016. Woo! This year we are thrilled to welcome a record-breaking crowd to the biggest, the best, and the most exciting Empower conference in Laserfiche history. Oh, exactly. I heard a little bit of applause starting right there. Now, the true value of Empower 2016 is the community you'll be a part of for the next 3 days. Although we live in a virtual world and are connected by email and social media, it's still valuable to sit face-to-face and talk. Take advantage of the fact that 2,800 of your peers and colleagues are here to share their experiences and expertise. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first keynote speaker. Chris is a pioneer of digital document imaging. Over the course of almost 30 years with Laserfiche, Chris has been a driving force behind Laserfiche sales, marketing, and product development. Chris served in a variety of sales and marketing leadership roles before being named Executive Vice President in 2011 and CEO in 2014. During his career with Laserfiche, he has been influential in transforming Laserfiche from high-volume storage and instant retrieval software to the advanced electronic workflow and digital form solution it is today. And he has been instrumental in positioning Laserfiche as the worldwide standard for intuitive, reliable, and high-volume enterprise content management. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Laserfiche CEO, Chris Wacker.
Thanks very much, Melissa. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Long Beach and Empower 2016. This is Laserfiche's hometown, from which we have grown into a truly global community. I want to thank you all, Laserfiche users, value-added resellers, professional development partners, and friends and guests for coming from all over the world to be here today. I would like to extend a special thanks to the City of Long Beach for arranging for us to hold this conference in this wonderful venue. It is spectacular. I would also like to express grateful appreciation to the Laserfiche folks that put this event together. What a fantastic team. It's been a great year. We're on a roll and just hitting our stride. Since 1987, this company has continued to grow through recessions, dot-com bubbles, economic downturns, and economic upturns. Today, we are the world's largest privately held enterprise content management software company. Our founder, Ni-Ling, always used to say that such growth is just one measure of a job well done. There are other measures, and one in which I take much greater satisfaction is the difference we are making in the lives of the people in the world around us. As Melissa mentioned, there are over 2,700 of us here today, representing 880 organizations from 32 different countries. One of our common threads is that each of us works with the single most important building block of tomorrow, information. I can't think of a better or more important job to have. We all derive great personal satisfaction and creative opportunity from the work we do every day. At the same time, we are creating technology that improves access to information for millions the world over. We are making their work days much easier while making their jobs much more productive. In short, we are making a big difference. As I have worked with so many of you over the years, I appreciate more than ever the Laserfiche community and its enthusiasm for making that difference. Taken day to day, what we do may not seem such a big deal, but a little historical perspective will help make my point. When I was in my early 20s, telephone bills actually made a difference in my life. I would think twice before picking up the phone and calling my friends and family across the country and around the world. Today, we have Skype, FaceTime, and texting, to name a few, allowing us to converse in real time, even face-to-face, for as long as we want, without any thought as to what it costs. In most cases, it's for free. Years ago, borrowing money for financing real estate or any large capital venture would entail months of research and document verification. The other day, I saw an ad on television for something called a rocket mortgage, where Quicken Loans qualifies you to buy a home completely online from your cell phone. None of this would be possible were it not for the people who work with technology day to day, just as we all do. We work with technology because we believe in it, and we believe in it because we're optimists. A little more history might make clear how important optimists are. The atomic age started with weapons and dire forecasts for the future. Today, nuclear power provides 10% of the world's energy. The first weaving machines in the early 1800s sparked violent protests over fears of mass unemployment. Today, this period in time is seen as the dawn of the industrial age. All thanks to the optimists, the people who look past the risks to leverage the promise of new technologies that ultimately, fundamentally, change the future. That's what the Laserfiche community has been about since its beginning. It looked past the uncertainties of shredding paper-based information systems to leveraging the power of electronic images and ushering in the age of the paperless office. That was a big step for Laserfiche and its early adopters, taken largely on this company's core convictions that decision-making should be left to people, while repetitive tasks should be turned over to computers. It was with this premise, some processors, and optical disks that Laserfiche started building high-volume, instant access, electronic document storage and retrieval systems. The software was so powerful and the learning curve so short that many of you here today still use Laserfiche primarily for this purpose. In every year since, features and functionality have been added to the Laserfiche architecture, allowing the Laserfiche community to stay abreast and ahead of the world's rapidly evolving records management needs. Over the next few days, you will learn how your colleagues deploy these features and functionality to reap enormous annual savings and improved operational efficiency. But you are just seeing a small glimpse of what is being accomplished with this powerful software worldwide every day. Laserfiche is providing the world's largest producer of natural gas instant field access to carefully guarded records on well production potential. This allows them to more cost-effectively extract additional energy from thousands of wells that would otherwise be abandoned, which has helped giving us $2 a gallon gasoline today. Laserfiche is allowing banks to consolidate loan risk assessments, slashing the price, the time and costs in getting money into the hands of qualified businesses. You will have a chance in the next few days to hear how Hitachi Financing Corporation in the United Kingdom has cut the time involved in preparing a car loan from 10 days to 4 hours. We are helping a Canadian customs broker reduce from 20 days to 3 the time required to get imports into the country and into stores and warehouses. We are helping this country's largest retailers get merchandise to your door so you don't have to spend half a day doing so yourself. AIDS researchers in South Africa use Laserfiche to document the efficacy of the medication programs they're administering. The world's largest, the largest Midwest high-rise construction company uses Laserfiche to streamline its work site safety reporting program. A national recycler uses Laserfiche to help sort millions of batteries it converts into raw materials each year. We have convenience store franchises, shipyards, and unions all using Laserfiche to run their operations. We are helping a tiny Eskimo village in Canada administer social assistance programs. And we are helping the US Department of Homeland Security in Washington protect our national borders. Helping to make all this possible is one of the most exciting developments within the Laserfiche world to date, our suite of business process management software. The usability, adaptability, and agility that allows Laserfiche to consistently offer to so many applications and cultures state-of-the-art technology based on a rock-solid software foundation is being leveraged as never before through Laserfiche BPM products. The workflow, quick fields, forms, and mobile BPM modules all allow you to move far beyond improving access to information and even to improving and even redesigning the flow of information throughout your entire organization. Business process management allows you to take our core beliefs to levels never imagined when we designed our first systems 28 years ago. Take, for example, the Shiawassee Prosecutor's Office in Michigan. It used Laserfiche to automate dozens of meticulously administered workflow involving numerous departments and offices needed to turn police arrest records into court warrants. This process is the very mechanism that communities across the country rely on for effective crime deterrence. The Shiawassees have adopted this process using Laserfiche and a workflow chart that looks like a wiring diagram for the space shuttle, but it works as reliably as a bicycle. Laserfiche BPM is allowing the Shiawassee and so many others among you to eliminate repetitive tasks throughout your entire organizations. It's no longer just records managers who are saving hours each day by not walking back and forth to and from the file cabinets. Laserfiche BPM is allowing information to get into the hands of decision makers faster from any location at any time. Laserfiche has grown from the paperless office to redefining the workplace itself. You can use Laserfiche BPM to script your business processes with mathematical precision, achieving huge productivity gains. These gains reach far beyond eliminating costly man-hours spent on repetitive tasks and unproductive oversight. You are seeing vastly improved accuracy in the information you are working with as reductions in human error are achieved through reduced repetition. Exemplifying this, we have a Texas medical partnership reporting a $900,000 annual savings by eliminating canceled appointments through a workflow that confirms insurance coverage before appointments are made. A Middle East oil company reported a $600,000 savings last year deploying Laserfiche BPM in just 5 of its 20 subsidiaries. Imagine what will happen when the other 15 get on board. This is perhaps the most exciting aspect of Laserfiche BPM. Just as business process management is becoming fully integral into the Laserfiche suite, creativity and innovation are becoming integral to the jobs of those working with it. This is evident in what is the most promising development I am seeing within the Laserfiche world. With Laserfiche BPM, You no longer build out Laserfiche systems piecemeal, department by department. Instead, we see more and more enterprises go enterprise-wide immediately, confident in your belief that quantum leaps in efficiency and productivity will result. Over the course of months, you are using Laserfiche tools to leverage your own creativity and institutional knowledge to redesign your processes in ways that would formerly take years to accomplish. You are making innovation part of every information manager's job description, while Laserfiche is providing the tools enabling you to do that. To quote the CIO of one national utility that is just now embracing BPM after having Laserfiche for over a decade, if you can think of it, Laserfiche can probably do it. If you can think of it. Laserfiche is empowering you to make your world, our world, more productive by providing the tools letting you maximize your creative potential. No more repetition and far greater accuracy and efficiency. And that's a measure of a job well done that this company's founder and all of us here today can take a great measure of satisfaction in. I certainly do. Thank you again for coming, and have a terrific 3 days. See you tonight at the reception.
Thank you, Chris, for those inspirational words. Let's give Chris another round of applause. As Chris said, we are the optimists. We are the pioneers, but even pioneers need tools. And the courses here at Empower will equip you with the information to navigate the future. Whether you're here to learn how to automate business processes, optimize your project management skills, or learn ways to transform your enterprise, this year's courses will empower you to build an information management foundation that produces better documents and better decisions. There will be plenty of case study presentations, user group meetings, and networking events taking place over the next 3 days, so be sure to attend as many as you can. But Empower 2016 is only one of the ways we connect the Laserfiche community. Our social channels are busier than ever. If you're not connected with us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, now's the time. Just check the program for all the addresses you need. For those of you who are already active on Twitter, make sure to follow us at @Laserfiche and tweet using this year's hashtag #LFEmpower. Not a social media guru yet? Stop by the Laserfiche Information Center in the Seaside Lobby and we'll teach you everything you need to know to tweet, hashtag, and more. Now keep your hashtags handy because I'm thrilled to welcome this morning's second keynote speaker. Carl has been a driving force in our company's software development since joining Laserfiche in 1989. He held a variety of technology leadership roles before being named Chief Technology Officer in 2005 and President in 2014. An expert in aligning technology with business goals, Carl has created many innovative solutions to business problems during his time at Laserfiche. He was instrumental in creating Laserfiche for Windows in 1994, Laserfiche Workflow in 1997, and Laserfiche Forms in 2011. He also directed the development and launch of the award-winning Laserfiche 9 in 2013. Last year, Carl received the CTO Lifetime Achievement Award at the Los Angeles Business Journal CIO CTO Awards. He was honored with this well-deserved distinction for his leadership and vision in creating innovative technology solutions for Laserfiche and its customers. Please join me in welcoming Laserfiche President and CTO, Carl Chan.
Where's the screens? Come on. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Welcome to Empower 2016. Thank you for joining us right on the edge of the Pacific Ocean in this beautiful city of Long Beach. A little over a decade ago, we held our first user conference just down the street at the Long Beach Hilton. Our keynotes were smaller than most of our breakout sessions today. It's hard to believe that this conference started with a modest 100 people and 10 classes. Today, we are honored to have another record-breaking event with over 280 sessions and close to 2,700 people. For us, Empower starts the new year. Laserfiche had an amazing 2015. Now, more people than ever are using Laserfiche. We just heard Chris mention a few inspiring stories on how Laserfiche is transforming organizations around the globe. In the government sector, Laserfiche continues to be a top choice for government agencies. Each year, the Center for Digital Government conducts surveys to evaluate how counties and cities are progressing towards the goal of becoming fully digital. The top survey initiatives were awarded the honor of Top Digital County or Top Digital City. We're excited to announce again that a majority of the top digital cities and counties continue to choose Laserfiche. Congratulations to all our winners on your leadership in the digital government space. In the education space, Laserfiche has been named 2016 University Reader's Choice Top Product. Winners were selected from nominations submitted by the readership of the magazine. Both the quantity of the nominations and the quality of the reader descriptions factored into the selection process. This award demonstrated just how important it is for colleges and universities to automate document-driven processes across the campus, which is where Laserfiche excels. Finally, in the financial space, wealthmanagement.com honors companies and organizations that enable financial advisor success. Laserfiche has been named a winner in the document management category of wealthmanagement.com 2015 Industry Awards. Laserfiche was selected based on its outstanding contributions to enhance financial advisors' ability to manage documents and to drive operational efficiencies. This is due to its leading-edge business process management and electronic records management functionality, which many of you benefit from. Because of Laserfiche Connector, we were also named a finalist for the Innovation Award, which recognizes products that move the financial advisors industry forward. We've also made significant investments in upgrading our online software training courses. These how-to videos are a great way to train new people and bring existing people up to date with new releases. Speaking of new releases, I'm proud to announce our latest release, Laserfiche 10. We have been focusing product development to support a more social, mobile, accessible, and information-driven environment, the connected digital workplace. When we talk about connectivity in the digital workplace, we're talking about driving business results through connecting people, connecting technology, and connecting processes. First, let's talk about connecting people. In today's digital economy, it's all about communication and collaboration. Laserfiche offers many new ways to connect your entire business ecosystem. This includes your organizations, business partners, vendors, and customers. We'll show you this in just a bit. In addition, we also know that more and more of you are working away from your desk. You're out in the field, at meetings, traveling, and you need access to your information. You need to be able to participate in processes, review and improve, collaborate with staff back in the office, and capture documents directly from your mobile phone. This year, we have expanded our mobile offering. We've added a lot of new functionality, such as offline document access, geotag support, improved Laserfiche form support. My favorite feature is the ability to sign documents directly from my phone. In addition to Android and iOS, we have support for Windows 10 Mobile. We know where that stands. The app is now available today in the iTunes App Store, Google Play, and the Windows App Store. The second layer of the connected digital workplace is about connecting technology. In the office, data flows from one system to another. In some systems, there are gaps, and people are required to manually transfer the data across. Wouldn't it be great if there's a way to automate that? Laserfiche Connector not only connects Laserfiche with other applications, but it will be able to act as a connector between two different applications. The final layer is connecting processes. You may already be familiar with the Laserfiche Solution Exchange. It's a place where Laserfiche users share their success stories. We're going to take this concept up to the next level with business process libraries. Instead of building processes from scratch, we will have included pre-built common processes. These are packaged as ready-use templates with pre-built forms, process models, workflow rules, and documentation that provides out-of-the-box solution to jumpstart your process design. Think about automating a building inspection process. While everyone's process may vary a bit, the basic workflow is about the same. So you can start from an existing template. The processes are conveniently categorized, making it easy to find the solutions you need. In this case, the category we're looking for is facilities management. We can load the templates, modify the form to suit our own needs. Here, the process looks fine. We just need to set the approvers, and we're ready to go. In addition, these pre-built processes are a great place to get even more automation ideas. As you can see, the processes are sorted by categories from accounting to HR, and industries, such as government, education, financial services, and more. Now, we'd like to show you two of these processes in action and how Laserfiche 10 enables the connected digital workspace. Please join me in welcoming Technical Product Manager, Justin Pava.
Thank you, Carl. Today, we're going to demonstrate two processes to introduce you to Laserfiche 10, contract management and accounts payable. Let's start with contract management. From insurance policies to vendor agreements, contracts take many forms. Contracts are complex, subject to regulations, and involve many stakeholders, which lead to three main challenges. First, keeping track of the different versions of a contract as changes are made. Second, streamlining communications with the different stakeholders involved. And third, ensuring that all actions are recorded for auditing and compliance purposes. These challenges can result in contracts taking a long time to process, especially if you are performing all of these tasks manually. And slow contract processing reflects negatively on your ability to provide excellent service and maintain strong relationships with vendors. Let's explore how the new features in Laserfiche 10 can help you streamline the steps of the contract management process: contract request, contract review, and final sign-off. We hope that this will inspire you to explore how you can use Laserfiche 10 to automate, optimize, and transform processes in your own organization. To start us off, please welcome Lisa Miyake from our Laserfiche project management team.
Thank you, Justin. Today, we're going to take a look at the contract process for renting a convention center for a large conference. But you can easily imagine how this applies to any other type of contract you work with. We've been in talks with a new vendor for the past couple of weeks, and the vendor has drafted up a contract. If you're using a manual contract management process, you'd still have to pick up the phone or send an email to request a contract review. These unstructured methods of initiating a contract put you at a disadvantage from the start because you're still reliant on manual data entry or tracking requests through email. I'm sure no one has ever lost a request in their inbox, right? With Laserfiche Forms, you can collect contract requests electronically. This ensures that required information is submitted in a standard format, which is great for reporting and analysis, but even better, Forms routes the request to the appropriate person to begin the process. This eliminates the need for phone calls, emails, and paper documents, and makes sure contract requests don't fall through the cracks. Now, to get the contract review process started, let's submit a contract review request form. Now, one of my new favorite features in Laserfiche 10 is that Forms has the built-in ability to make calculations. In our case, we want to keep track of when the contract deadline is, so Forms automatically calculates this for us based on the date when the contract review request is submitted, and will dynamically update the days until deadline field every day until the contract is finalized. This makes the due date clear to everyone working on the contract, ensuring timely completion. Now, let's upload the contract and submit the completed form. With so many contracts and drafts moving around, it's easy to lose track of them, especially if you're using a manual system. How many of you have asked a business partner for a copy of a contract that's gone missing? I see some heads nodding. It happens to the best of us, but it doesn't have to. Laserfiche makes it possible to instantly locate any contract. Now, let's take a look at how. Once the form is submitted, this will start a workflow that automatically does three things. First, it saves the form into the repository into the correct location. Keeping a consistent folder structure makes sure that everyone knows where to find the document and that it automatically inherits the correct document lifecycle rules. This will make any records manager very happy. Now, storing contracts, whether paper or electronic, in a variety of locations can create problems with version control. Without a systematic approach to contract management, it's challenging to know which version is the most recent. Now, we set up our repository to track the changes on new documents, and so versioning will automatically be applied to our contract. This means that each round of changes can be tracked and that the contract history can be logged. This will also let reviewers compare two versions of a contract, which speeds up the whole contract review process. Now, after Workflow saves the contract in the appropriate folder, next, it titles the contract based on a consistent naming convention. To do this, Workflow automatically pulls information from the submitted form and then populates the metadata associated with the contract. Metadata such as the name of the contract and the date can then be used to title the document. This is much faster than manually naming scanned paper contracts and also eliminates data entry errors. All the information about a document is contained in the metadata pane on the right. Now, in addition to reviewing and editing metadata, you can quickly perform records management actions with just a couple of clicks. With the new web access interface, all the tools you need to complete a given task are available front and center right where you need them. For example, storing documents in folders allows me to create a personalized library, linking me directly to my user folder or commonly accessed documents. This is my personal virtual folder, like My Documents in Windows, and it's there for me wherever I go. I can also get the documents that I've recently opened or that I'm currently working on from the same quick access view. And finally, Workflow takes care of another manual task, routing the contract to a contract manager in our legal department for processing. Now, we've just taken a look at how forms and web access help streamline a contract review request submission. Now, to take us through the contract review and approval process, please welcome Katie Burke, Laserfiche Marketing Strategy Team.
Thank you, Lisa. In order to move the process forward, there are 2 steps we need to take. First, we need to sign the letter of intent so that the vendor will reserve the conference space for us. Then, we need to review the contract so we can finalize the agreement. Let's start with the letter of intent. Sometimes, companies without Laserfiche will email us a document for signature. We have to print them out, sign them, and scan them back in. But with Laserfiche Mobile, you can sign documents right from the email and send them back as a PDF. You don't even need to bring the document into the repository. Laserfiche Mobile doesn't let bad reception get in the way of important work. If we're off-site without a connection, we can still create documents that will be ready to upload when we reconnect or work on existing documents we've saved for offline viewing. Now that we've signed the letter of intent, we can move on to contract review and approval. For any process, review and approval can be paper-heavy and time-intensive. Task management can quickly become a headache, especially when it comes to contracts, because of frequent revisions and multiple levels of approval. Here's a scenario we're all familiar with. You send a document or request around for review, and it ends up in a black hole of forwarding, inaction, or competing priorities. Eventually, you spend more time following up on the status of a request than actually completing the work on time. Because contract negotiations rarely happen in person, especially if you conduct business internationally, it can be difficult to share information, ensure the right documents are reviewed, and track the contract status. And failure to do so can mean missed deadlines, potential penalties, and missed incremental revenue opportunities. Instead of hiring more staff or increasing administrative tasks to regain control of the process, you can use Laserfiche automation tools. With Laserfiche Enhanced Task Management, it's easier than ever to stay on top of multiple projects and make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. Let's take a look at how. Often, when a task is assigned to someone, they might not be in the office or someone else might be better suited for it. In this case, Forms automatically assign the contract review task to me because I specialize in event service agreements. However, I'm about to go on vacation and I don't have time to handle the contract review, so we can simply reassign the task. There are a few different options for task assignment in Laserfiche 10. Directly by managers or team members themselves, automatically in a round-robin fashion, or based on predefined roles. This gives you the flexibility to manage tasks to balance the load or adapt as the requirements change. And because sometimes we develop a long list of tasks, you can configure sorting and filtering options to help prioritize what's assigned to you. By popular request, our development team is also actively working on offline forms. We're hoping to bring this to you in the near future. So now that we've taken a look at Laserfiche 10 enhanced task management and mobile features, let's continue with the contract review. To guide us through this section, please welcome Brianna Blanchard from the Laserfiche product team.
Thank you, Katie. When we talk about connecting people, we're talking about facilitating communication and collaboration within and between organizations. Contract managers, especially legal reviewers, spend a lot of time working with business managers to draft and revise contracts. It can be difficult to keep track of all of these discussions, which affects how quickly revisions are made and contracts are finalized. It all starts with better collaboration, and better collaboration starts with Laserfiche. Laserfiche 10 enables discussions right within the context of the document you're reviewing or form you're approving. Centralizing the conversation around the document means that no one is left off an email chain, previous discussions are right at your fingertips, and auditing and compliance is simplified. This is extremely beneficial for more complex processes, like contract management, where a lot of back and forth discussions and questions come up. Think of Laserfiche discussions like a virtual conference room, where everyone can participate in the conversation right next to the document. No more switching back and forth between email and your document. You can see how this is particularly useful for a long, involved process like contract negotiation. Let's take a look at how the discussions feature facilitates the contract revision process. Every item in the contract the reviewer has concerns about can be posted to the discussion. The discussion updates in real time, so business managers can see and respond to these concerns. Issues get addressed faster than with email, and it's tracked and secure. You also receive alerts so that you never miss an update. Once the reviewer and the manager agree, each issue can be marked as resolved. To keep the business manager in the loop, the legal reviewer can create a checklist to keep her up to date on the revisions. This way, all of the questions, conclusions, and action items can be clearly tracked. During our back and forth discussion, we remember we've worked with another vendor on a similar contract. We want to compare the terms to make sure we're getting the best deal possible for our organization. Unfortunately, we can't remember the details of the contract, only the name of the contract manager we worked with. But not to worry. We store this kind of information in a customer relationship management system, commonly called CRM. To find our contract, we can search for the person's name in the CRM software and use Laserfiche Connector to pull up the related contract in our repository. Once the older contract is located, we can attach it directly to our conversation. Because Laserfiche Connector integrates directly with other software, no coding is required. We just create a configuration using a point-and-click interface. Connecting technology with the click of a button is one of the many ways Laserfiche makes for a more connected digital workplace. Now that we have the final piece of the puzzle, we can move on to the next step in our contract. Contracts require signatures at multiple points in the review and approval process. Using Laserfiche, you can support electronic signatures through integration with systems like Signex or DocuSign, or as a native component. This means that authorized employees can electronically send contracts to the appropriate parties for review and signature. Contracts can only be accessed by approved individuals, reducing the risk of tampering. Not only does this save money on postage, it also eliminates additional scanning and reduces printing and transit time. Once everyone involved electronically signs the contract, the signed version is saved back to the repository. So we've given you a taste of Laserfiche discussions, connector, and signatures. We've also reviewed and finalized the contract. With that, I'm going to hand the stage back to Justin.
Thank you, Brianna. There you have it, a contract management process simplified using Laserfiche 10. We've addressed our three main challenges: keeping track of the different versions of a contract as changes are made, streamlining communication with the different stakeholders involved, and using discussions and metadata tracking to ensure all actions are recorded for auditing and compliance purposes. The next layer to the connected digital workplace is connecting processes. Processes within an organization rarely work in a vacuum. They are often started from other processes, or they themselves kick off new processes. Connecting processes together eliminates repeated data entry and ensures that standard procedures are followed. Nothing falls through the cracks. In our case, once the contract is approved, workflow automatically kicks off the accounts payable process. This consists of the purchase order request, purchase order creation and approval, and vendor payment. Let's launch the PO request form. Because we've connected the processes, workflow has pre-populated the form with information pulled from the contract management process, such as vendor information and department. Then, all that's needed is to fill out the rest of the form. Forms knows that this request originated from the events department, so it will route the approval tasks to the correct approvers. And then it's routed to accounting for processing. The final layer of the connected digital workplace is connecting technology. Within the AP process, we can connect with our website that checks whether we've received payment. As we mentioned earlier, Laserfiche Connector allows you to easily integrate Laserfiche and your line of business applications without coding. Connector uses information displayed in other applications, such as the customer name or an invoice ID, to search in Laserfiche or update document metadata. Looking forward, Laserfiche Connector will also allow you to write data to your line of business applications, in addition to reading from them. With one click, you can take a value from any application and use it in another. Now, let's continue with the AP process, where a purchase order needs to be generated. Once accounting approves the PO request, the PO is automatically created and populated with all the required information. Workflow automates this for us, using a Word document as a template. Tokens in the document are dynamically replaced with data pulled from the earlier PO request form. A PO number is automatically generated and applied to the final document, which is then converted to a PDF and emailed to the requester so that they have a copy on hand. After the contract has been executed, we need to confirm that we've received everything we ordered before we pay the vendor. Workflow launches a goods and services received form, which automatically includes all the relevant information plus a link back to the PO. Now, one thing I really love about Forms 10 personally is that you can save tasks as drafts and come back to them later. In this case, I need to upload photos of the event venue for future reference, but I forgot to bring my phone to work. I can save the task as a draft and return to it later when I have the photos. Think of how much more efficient you can be this way. Even though you're working on other things, the task stays in your drafts to remind you that you still need to complete it. Once the goods and services received form is complete, it's routed to accounting for processing. Accounting then waits to receive the invoice from the vendor and makes the payment. And with that, the entire AP process is complete. Now that you've automated these processes, Laserfiche can track valuable data related to them, such as the total number of contracts in the system. You can also configure alerts, notifying you if a contract is late or delayed, for example. Forms 10 provides an operational dashboard that allows managers to see what processes are in progress, the number of tasks at a particular stage in a process, tasks that are almost due or overdue, and how workload is being distributed. This way, you can extract business intelligence, identify areas for improvement, and realize cost and time savings in your daily operations. And there you have it, a contract management and AP process leveraging the powerful features of Laserfiche 10. The same impact we've seen in the contract management and AP processes can be realized across the enterprise. For the HR department, with new hire onboarding, benefits enrollment, and personnel status change requests. For the finance department, with vendor management and expense reimbursement. For new account openings and customer marketing. That's the power of transforming your business into a connected digital workplace.
Wasn't that a great demo? Please join me in giving another round of applause to Carl, Justin, Katie, Lisa, and Brianna. So how many of you were sending emails back to the office about automating your contract management processes? A few of you, huh? I was watching you on Twitter. Now, as a reminder, if you'd like to learn more about anything discussed in this morning's keynote, don't forget to stop by the Laserfiche Information Center located in the Seaside lobby. The Information Center is where you can speak directly with Laserfiche software developers, testers, pre-sales engineers, and more. It will be staffed during conference hours and no appointments are needed. Simply stop by whenever you have a free moment. Now, we're very pleased to announce that this morning's general session was sponsored by Epson, our premier sponsor. Please join me in welcoming Robert Esquivel, Business Development Manager, Commercial Sales, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Melissa. I really appreciate it. So, good morning, Laserfiche and Power attendees. My name is Robert Esquivel, Document Scanner Business Development Manager at Epson America. I'm responsible for managing our Western region channel partners in sales. I would first like to thank Laserfiche for inviting Epson America to be their premier sponsor at Empower 2016 for a 4th year in a row. That was number 4 right there. This is a true honor for all of us at Epson. So, over the years, you've seen Epson change from offering just a few excellent document imaging scanners to having more document scanner configurations than any other brand. And according to the market research firm, MPD Group, Epson is by far the fastest growing scanner brand, about twice as much growth in 2015 than anyone else in the commercial channel, where most of you acquire your scanners today. And we also became the best-selling brand in the retailer channel. So you ask, why is this? Epson continues to invest document scanner development to give you the best performance value in the business. we give you the options to configure the most cost-effective solution for your specific needs, which allows you to install the most efficient systems of scanners. And we have developed very strong partnerships with the system integrators that represent Laserfiche in the market, like Doe Systems out of Georgia, for example, who tells us they favor Epson because of our responsive development team, our availability at the distributors that they prefer, and a business model that makes it worth their effort to recommend Epson document imaging scanners. Last year, we began a program working with Laserfiche to sponsor workshops offered by some of their resellers to help them communicate the advantages of Laserfiche environment to new customers and also expand existing relationships. We very much look forward to continuing that program in 2016, and please feel free to come by and talk to us about it. You've probably seen our display close to the registration area where we have just a few of our 19 document scanner models. Please be sure to stop by and talk to us about the document scanner product line and how they can make your installation even more efficient, and also enter to win a daily raffle, chance to win an Epson portable scanner. Again, we're very honored and pleased to be the platinum sponsor of this conference. We look forward to meeting with all of you and talking to you, and we look forward to the success in 2016. So on the count of three, big loud round of applause for everybody at Laserfiche, their executive team, marketing team, for putting on an outstanding conference in 2016. 1, 2, 3! Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert, and thank you to all our Alliance partners. Be sure to stop by the exhibitor area in the Convention Center main lobby to visit all this year's exhibitors. Now, just a few housekeeping items before we close and get to classes. Don't forget to join us tonight for our special event, Around the World with Laserfiche. To celebrate the global Laserfiche community, tonight's special event features music and dance styles from all over the world, including belly dancing, Bollywood dancing, a taiko performance, and more. Food and drinks will be provided so you can eat, dance, and network the night away. All you need is your dancing shoes and your sense of adventure for a night of music, memories, and more. No need to worry about transportation. Just put on your finest party wear and join us right here in the Pacific Ballroom at 5:30. But don't party too hard. We'll see you right back here bright and early tomorrow morning to kick off day 2 of Empower. Besides our always popular Run Smarter awards, we'll have a keynote address from Pierre Ferrari, Heifer International President and CEO. For over 70 years, this groundbreaking organization based in Little Rock, Arkansas, has helped more than 22 million families worldwide lift themselves out of poverty. Pierre will discuss Heifer's mission of fighting hunger and poverty through sustainable agriculture and how Laserfiche plays a key role in scaling its impact. You won't want to miss it, so be sure to set your alarms before you party tonight. Now everyone have a wonderful day and learn a lot. We'll see you back here tonight for this special event. Have a great day.